Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. Today is Monday, y'all. It is Monday, June the 13th, 2022, and it is time for today's headlines right here on News in Motion. Whether you are tuning in by audio or by video, y'all know the live stream video goes to Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can find it on those three platforms there, but if you're listening by audio, on all these different platforms. We just want to say thank you for hanging out with us this morning. I'm so excited when I see all of you come in here and say, hey, it's me. I see you, Marion. I see you, Pastor Alex. I see you, Paige Dixon. What's the temperature like in Texas, girl? I'm not even about to ask Pastor Alex what it's like in Florida. I see you, Dana, Jeffrey Allen, Jays. What's up, Tracy Burrs? I miss you, girl. What's up, Tracy Newmy? What's up, girlfriend? Are you out of school yet? Let us know if you are out of school, sister. What's up, Davia Williams Stevenson? Y'all, she had an amazing live. If you are not following her, follow her. She had an amazing live with a powerful question. I won't say what the question is because I know I'm going to botch it up. But just check out her wall and look at the live. It was, I believe, Friday. Check that out. Check that out. She's going to, and then her, the guest she was trying to bring on to her live, that podcast dropped. And man, it's straight fire. So y'all want to check that out. I see you, Rosanna Bivens. I see you, Kenny Stanley. Paige said it is hot in Texas. I'm sure it is. I see you, Deborah Johnson. Woo, Deborah Johnson. I see you, Diane Ladybug and Adrian and Dr. Oliver. How are you on this Monday morning? Y'all, so much is going on. Y'all know I'm geeked. I'm getting ready for the 10 a.m. January 6th hearing, session 2. I kind of like wish it was back at the evening because we were able to communicate with one another in the evening. During the day, some people are at work, they're working, even if they're working remotely. So it's not going to be the same. I can't have the same snacks at 10 a.m. I said, I'm going to have to make brunch at 10 a.m. to make it work. I see you, Mary Owens, coming in from LinkedIn. I see you, Jeffrey Payne, coming in from YouTube. I see you, Regina Shorts. Y'all, it's a lot of news. And of course, we have sports today, and I'm still not watching, but I hear it's just been straight fire there too. I guess Steph Curry has just turned out all the way. I guess he won the game all by himself. I don't know. I didn't watch it. Marion Jackson said I was able to catch Davia Williams Stevenson on Friday during my break. Good for you. Wasn't that question like bam in your face? And I'm like, I'm willing to try, Davia, but I don't know because everybody don't want to listen. Everybody don't want to participate. So she got a topic going on there. I can't wait to see that unfold. All right, y'all. It is Monday, June the 13th, 2022, and it is time for today's headlines. So just sit right there. Let me know in the chat while the intro is going. Let me know in the chat what you were doing this past weekend. What was that like for you this past weekend? I know here in Columbus, Ohio, I actually went and hung out on Saturday. I thought I was grown Saturday night. I didn't get in till, I don't know, it was after 11 o'clock at the Columbus Arts Festival. Went to this amazing restaurant, which I love. Been there several times before, Millstone 299. Then I walked Short North. Had some coffee over there on Short North. I thought I was just straight grown. Anyway, y'all, it's time for the intro. We'll be right back. All right, y'all. I see you, Yvonne. I see you, Patricia. I see you, Dr. Antoinette. Paige says she went to Austin. Good for you. What's up, Kim Edmondson? What's up? Listen, y'all, I'm going to just give y'all this quick thing right here about Kim Edmondson since I see her name in here. Thank you, Dr. Antoinette. She said, don't forget to share the video. Y'all, Kim Edmondson is thebomb.com. What's up, Cherie? Kim Edmondson is thebomb.com. Y'all know she's into wealth building and she's been having master classes and having conversations. Well, there were some things I was trying to work on. I don't know anything about finances. Trust me. I'm glad I have trusted people around me who can help me. I'm not a numbers person. Not in that way. I've tried and I've been working on some stuff and I had to reach out to Kim Edmonds and said, look, help me. Because I'm about ready to just give it all up, just throw it all in, just throw the towel in on this investment and things like that. And she was so calm. And she says, "You can do it." And then in her text messages, she's just encouraging me. And then she sent me a link to watch this webinar. So I watched the webinar. The webinar was overwhelming. And so I texted her back. I said, "Girl, please, I'm now in tears. I'm so confused." She said, "Just calm down." Just her disposition and her love and her patience. And now she's getting me back on track. But y'all, if you don't know something, that's why you should always surround yourself with a circle of influencers who are gifted in certain areas. It's okay if you're not gifted in everything. So I just want to shout out Kim Edmondson just for her patience. All right, y'all, January 6th. There is a banner that you can click on to see what's happening. Isaiah, somewhere in the banners. If you want to see it live and you're out and about, there's the link where you can see it live. Leave it up there for a few moments, Isaiah. There's a link where you can see that live. What's up, Latrice Jones? Listen, y'all, today it begins at 10 a.m. Eastern. It's the second installment, if you will. Now, the committee leaders have indicated that the focus for today, y'all want to tune in. I'm just mad it's 10 a.m. Why can't it be a prime time again? Will be on former President Trump. What? And I had to give, it's a quote, so I had to give his name. And the extent to which he attempted to remain in power despite all the evidence indicating that he had lost the election. So that's what's happening. What's up, Lori Wallace? So y'all know I'm gonna be tuned in, but I gotta change my snacks. I don't want to have wine and I can have mimosa, but wine and caramel popcorn and cheese popcorn. I can't do that this morning. That's just not going to work. All right. So what is this looking like? Let me open this up and tell y'all how to look at this. NPR is reporting just several things that you want to check out, questions you want to ask yourself. So if you have a pen and paper, you want this information, let me share it with you. Now, again, they're going to zone in on the fact that the big lie, if you will. They're going to talk about all the people. There's going to be 2 different panels of people today, and they're going to be interviewing. These are the witnesses, so 2 different panels. I believe it will go to noon today, maybe 12:30. And they're going to really zone in on all the different people. There's some powerhouse power hitters coming in this morning. Chris Christie's chief of staff, different people's chiefs of staff. The panel will be led by Representative Benny Thompson. He's going to really zone in on the fact that he's the center of the conspiracy of the 2020 elections. There's going to be a California Democrat, Representative Zoe Lofgren will play a key role in the panel's second presentation. Committee aides are saying the meeting will last roughly 2 hours. Again, they're looking at 12:15, maybe 12:30. The presentation will generally follow. It's going to be chronological. And it's going to take it from election day, and they're going to set the stage all the way to the spin, to the big lie. They're also going to talk about the meeting that took place in the White House, where people didn't even have to be vetted or put on a list, and they went in the side door and met with that former guy. So that's happening, y'all. So check that out if you want to be interested in that. And then the other one I want to share with you, and this is coming from the January 6th the January 6th.house.gov website. All of the information you need is right there. You will be able to click that link. And again, Isaiah has that link up on the screen. You'll be able to click that link. And if you're listening by audio, just come to one of the videos, because they never disappear, either my LinkedIn or YouTube, and check it out. You can go here and follow along. Even if you watch it on here. Now, I'm sure now y'all know how to plug it up to your big screen. I don't know how to do that either. That's not my gifting. But if you follow along here, they'll also be having chats and dialogues that's going along with it. So that may be another place for you. What's up, Jacqueline? That may be another place for you. So y'all, that is happening. One thing that they're trying to encourage people, as we know, we didn't come on Friday because we're not here on Fridays. But as you know, Fox News carried none of it. And then they rather have lost money, and they didn't have any commercials, so that they were hoping their people would not turn off from them and go to one of the sites. Well, what they're saying though is to also make sure you're not getting in arguments with people who just can't hear. They're saying there are like some cult-like groups. Think about QAnon. I'm not saying they're a cult. I can't say that. I don't know what they are, but they're just entrenched in what they believe in. So if they're trying to get out, if their family members are trying to pull people out of there, and you get into an argument with them, it really forces them back into the group. So it was some really interesting pieces I was seeing on BBC and PBS and NPR talking about that. So be mindful in the engagement that you get in with people. I don't argue with them anymore. I just say, oh, okay, and just keep it moving, because they're not hearing you anyway. And then again, those where the families are trying to get them out of these conspiracy like groups, cult like groups, they're saying if you argue with them, you're pushing them back in. So y'all be able to navigate that if you can. All right, y'all, as you know, on Saturday, thousands of people filled the National Mall in Washington on with 1,000 more marched in cities across the country to demand Congress to act on a proposed gun control measure. On Sunday, y'all, some bipartisan senators reached a deal on gun safety, but it falls short. It falls really short. In the initial agreement on bipartisan gun safety bill, this doesn't ban AR-15s, and it does not raise the age. So there's some little pushback on that. And there's some groups that are saying, well, there hasn't been any movement for 26 years, so we'll take it. And I want to talk about this just for a moment. Do you feel that because of so much is happening, they're like, just give me a corner of a piece of crumb on a slice of bread and I'll be better? Because before we weren't even getting a crumb, but now that you're giving me, 0.0003, I'm gonna take that, because it's something significant to hold on to, because you haven't given me anything for years. Here's my question to you, and I really want to see your answers in this chat. Is that where are we at that point today where I'm gonna take it? It's just a little bit. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna tell you what this gun package framework looks like. Enhanced background checks for 18 to 21. That sounds good. We got to say yes to that. Incentive for states to implement the red flag laws. Okay, you're probably saying, what's the red flag law? I'm gonna tell you. Red flag laws allows law enforcement or family members to petition courts to temporarily remove firearms from individuals if they pose a danger to themselves or others. So it's putting that in there. School safety funding. Okay, we need that. That sounds good. Mental health funding. Absolutely, we need that. Telehealth funding. Okay, that sounds good. Clarification of who receives FFL. Okay. Penalties for straw purchases. Okay. All right. That sounds good. So now USA Today reports lawmakers have reached a tentative agreement on the package of gun reform measures. I went through it. I got to page 101, and I must tell y'all, I'm really confused. Because what happens, y'all, this is just an initial. Don't say it passed. There's no legislation. There's no bill at this point. There are a bipartisan deal reached to then take it to the floor. And if those 10 Republicans stay, they can go past the filibuster and they can pass something. Now, y'all, this does not line up with what the House had to say. No. The House has something totally different. So they're going to have to send that back to the House. And the House, I don't think they're going to buy this. So we're still, now there's a conversation, if you will, but we're still in this, I don't know what's happening. So the legislation reportedly provide increased resources for mental health and school safety incentives, states to enact a red flag law, yada, 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 buyback for buyers under 21. It also closes the boyfriend loophole. What's the boyfriend loophole? Well, if you don't know, I'm about to tell you. It means that if you commit a serious crime of domestic abuse against your wife, you can't get a gun. But if you do it against your girlfriend, you can. That's the loophole. I was reading this going, what is going on? So again, 10 Republicans, 10 Democrats. It's been endorsed by President Biden and top Democrats and top Democrats, including Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. It includes the enhanced background checks, everything I told you, but it falls short. Okay, let me see what some of you are saying. Jeffrey Allen James says today the Ohio gun law goes into effect. Dr. Antoinette says, no, you aren't going to give me a leaf and tell me it's a whole mature tree. Patricia Lau says DeWine needs to revoke that, talking about the gun law. Davia says it's movement, but not nearly enough. It's not targeted to gun safety, and it's just a feather in the GOP cap. Thank you, Davey. I'm going there. I love like minds. See, this is what's going to happen. Okay. And I was digging in this. I wanted to read my own quote. I wanted to read to make sure I said it right. All right, y'all. Although this is a historic agreement. Now, y'all, we're talking about 26 years, but watch the GOP spin. This is about to become their messaging. And if it falls short, if it does not pass, the GOP will take a stand and say, we had a gun thing out there, but the Democrats failed. The Democrats played politics. The Democrats need to be smarter when it comes to messaging. They need to become smarter with this. They need to work with the House and Nancy Pelosi. It's like, come on. Pastor Alex said treatment of symptoms is a short-term solution and doesn't solve the real issues. Those measurements will not stop mass shootings. Exactly. Now, y'all, don't get me wrong. This is something, but it's just enough to play party politics, especially leading up to the midterm elections. That's what's happening here. And the House, Nancy's already said, I'm going to put this quote in here. They say from the House, this is nowhere near as sweeping as a package of gun measures passed alongside party lines in the House last week, which would bar the sale of semi-automatic weapons to people under age 21, ban the sale of large capacity magazines, and enact a federal red flag law, among other steps. So that's what's happening. So again, it's a step in the right direction, but there's still friction. There's still some things that are not out there. Michelle says, why won't the Dems pay attention to the message and how it's delivered? Dems play too nice and naive. I agree with you, Michelle. I agree with you. They should already be out front saying, yes, we have a bipartisan deal package that we're going to take to the floor. However, this does not match the House's package. So we're still in negotiations. We're still in conversations. They need to be out front already. Who's out front? Mitch McConnell. There's been a deal reached. Finally, the Democrats are working with us. It's like, oh, sit down somewhere. But see, we buy into that. This is why we vote. This is why we vote, y'all. This is why we vote. Along these same lines, NPR reports that 31 white supremacists were arrested in Idaho. Members of the group Patriot Front have planned a riot near the LGBTQ parade event in Idaho. Say that real fast. The men were packed into a U-Haul truck, detained a short distance away from the gathering, which was being held at a public park. Now, after you just watched what happened on Thursday, for those of us who watched, come on, we need to really pay attention everywhere around. Mike Nicholson sent me something here in Central Ohio yesterday about a shooting at Total Mall. It happened to be one person, I guess, towards another person in a shoe store, and they did get the shooter as he or she, I don't even know who it is yet, was going out of JCPenney. I was walking in a mall here in Central Ohio the other day, and everything is just closed. Like Coach is closed, Banana Republic is closed. The top floor of Saks Fifth Avenue is closed. I don't go there. I just was walking and seeing all these things that were closed, and I said, "What is happening? What is happening? And can any of these things be revived?" And even a noise, people like panic and look. I'm thinking, oh, I can't live like this. I just can't live like this. I went downtown to the Arts Festival in Columbus, Ohio on Saturday. Same thing. And my own father said to me, "Gail, you shouldn't go down there. It could be a mass shooting." I cannot live my life that way. I said, and we have to find the root of prayer and to pray. Not saying that things won't happen, because they do, even with people who pray. But at the same time, we have to have balance in this life that we live. Now, while we're talking about all this, the people need to even become more angry with the Justice Clarence Thomas. No violence, but just be like, what are you doing? And you need to resign. Jenny pressed lawmakers. Yes, she did. The Washington Post is reporting, among others, at this point, Virginia, Jenny Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, pressed 29 Republican state lawmakers in Arizona, 27 more than previously known, to set aside Joe Biden's popular vote victory and choose presidential electors, according to emails obtained by the Washington Post. The Post reported last month that Jenny Thomas sent emails to two Arizona House members in November and December 22, urging them to help overturn Biden's win by selecting presidential electors. If I remember correctly, didn't she pay for a bus to get people to come down to Washington during January 6th? We'll leave that alone. Now, the responsibility that belongs to Arizona voters under state law, but she pressed them. She wanted them to overturn this. Y'all, these are the problems. These are the issues that we're having today. I know that I gave y'all a whole lot. And now I just want to bring in Kenny. After this video, we're going to talk about sports. I got to hear about what happened with Steph Curry. I guess he just really won the game by himself. Somebody let me know. But let's show this video. Hey, Kenny.
Hey, good morning. How's everybody doing?
Everybody's good. Hey, before you get started, I see Stephanie Burbridge Hall want to say hello to her. And then Kim Edmondson says she found herself praying while at the arts festival. And then Dr. Antoinette said, investigate them both. Where's that committee? I agree with that. With that said, and we're going to talk more about the news as soon as we hear from Kenny. Kenny, what happened with Steph Curry? I just want to know. Can you tell me real quick?
Steph Curry basically won the game by himself Wednesday night. He dropped 43 points, grabbed 10 rebounds. But if Golden State gonna do anything, the rest of the team gonna have to show up. He can't carry the team by himself.
He can't carry it by himself.
That's too much.
Even Dan Rather is talking about my boy won the game. I said, Dan Rather watch basketball like this? Okay.
Yep.
Well, go ahead, give us the news and I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't gonna start there, but since I'm there, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it there. Yeah, the NBA Finals continue tonight. It's tied 2-2. Now it's down to the best of three. Like I said, somebody else with Golden State is gonna have to step up and give Steph a hand. Because right now, the way it's looking, Steph can't do it by herself. That's a lot of work to carry a whole franchise on your back. If Boston's gonna do anything, they're gonna have to stop turning the ball over. Not only are they going to have to stop turning the ball over, they're going to have to quit trying to get into a three-point shooting contest with the best three-point shooter in the game. That's that. If they quit turning over the ball and they stop trying to shoot threes and just go to the basket, they're too big for Golden State, and they will run Golden State out the gym. That's the NBA. Hey, let the golf wars begin. There's a new golf league out there. It's called LIV Golf. LIV stands for is the Roman numeral for 54, so I guess it's 54 golf. But they started this weekend. It's a new golf league, and it's upsetting the apple cart of the PGA. The LIV Golf Invitational Series started this past weekend, and 17 PGA players defected over, I guess, and PGA got upset and took their tour cards from them. And basically, they are no longer allowed to play in the PGA. Those players include Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau, and Dustin Johnson. I guess it's a money thing. I guess who knows? That's I guess they Phil Mickelson, DeChambeau, and Dustin Johnson. I guess somewhere close to 500 million was split between them to come over to the league. Instead of playing 72 holes of golf, it's only 54 holes. So they don't have to play all weekend, but there's still a lot of golf. And the top purse is 25 million. 20 million to go to the winner, 5 million to be split between the rest of the golfers. Um, the LIV Golf League is funded by um, former PGA two-time winner Greg Norman, who started me watching golf because I liked Greg Norman before I liked Tiger Woods. Um, in Saudi Arabia, a public investment fund, which is basically the financial arm of the Saudi Arabia government. Thing that everybody are upset about that these people are jumping over there. Saudi Arabia is known for the uh, human rights violations over there in Saudi Arabia. They treat their people wrong, and they continue to do so. But these people are going over there and they're going for the money. Uh, in the NFL news, Denver Broncos have agreed to sell the team for $4.65 billion to a group led by Walmart heir Rob Walton. All that's needed now is for the NFL to approve it. But wait, there's more. Walton will be the majority owner. His daughter Carrie Walton Penner and her husband Greg Penner will be minority owners. But wait, there's still more. Anybody know who Melody Hobson is? Melody Hobson is a African American woman who will also be a minority owner. Hobson is the wife of filmmaker George Lucas. She is the chair of Starbucks court board of directors, and she sits on the financial board of J.P. Morgan Chase. I knew in order for a black owner to end up in the NFL, it was going to have to be a woman. I told Gail this the other day when I seen it. I knew it was going to have to be a woman to do it. For some reason, I'm just going to put it out there. White men are not scared of black women, and they always give them a chance. But the black woman is going to open up the door and watch everybody else come in. Another news, WNBA player Liz Cambridge has been accused of calling Nigerian basketball players monkeys, and it kicked off a brawl. It is alleged that this happened in Las Vegas before the Olympics in Tokyo. Liz Cambridge, whose father is Nigerian, is a player for the Australian national team and also a player for the LA Sparks. I'm going to continue to dig into that because this seems like this is going to get interesting. She is a woman of color, and if she did this, this kind of crazy. But who knows what happened? But that's sports. We're going to get back to Gail for more news. Everybody else have a great day.
Thank you so much, Kenny. Yeah, keep digging into that. When we were talking about that last week, I was like, what's going on here? So thank you so much for covering that today.
Yeah, I was shocked with that one. I'm like, isn't her dad Nigerian? I'm like, wait a minute, where did that come from?
Yeah. My thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
All right. See you later, Kenny.
Have
You too. Y'all, I was able to get this as Kenny was speaking because this just popped up from the White House, and y'all I always show y'all when I get stuff. So I went and grabbed it off the printer real quick. This is for immediate release. A statement by President Biden on bipartisan Senate gun safety proposal. He says, I want to thank Senator Chris Murphy and the members of this bipartisan group, especially Senators Cornyn, Sinema, and Tillis, for their tireless work to produce this proposal. Obviously, it does not do everything I think is needed, but it reflects important steps in the right direction and would be most significant gun safety legislation to pass Congress in decades. There it is. We just talked about that. Just a little bit, 26 years, it means something. With bipartisan support, there are no excuses for delay and no reason why it should not quickly move through the Senate and the House. Each day that passes, more children are killed in this country. The sooner it comes to my desk, the sooner I can sign it, the sooner we can use these measures to save lives. And that's the end of the press release that we just received for that. So he's backing that and he's saying, again, it's been decades. Here we go. All right, y'all, get this. Geico must pay a Missouri woman $5.2 million after she caught HPV from unprotected sex with her then boyfriend in his insured automobile, a state appellate court ruled. Man, does that open up the door? I want to hear y'all's point behind this. Does that open up the door for women who say, I got pregnant in the car over here, I'm going to go sue the insurance company because I was having sex in this car? Or whatever. I got high in this car and I wasn't supposed to be high. Or I got lung cancer in this car because everybody else was smoking and I don't smoke. What the what? Yes, Pastor Alex. What the what? Y'all, the woman identified in the court papers only as MO said that she was engaged in unprotected sexual activities in insurance in an insured vehicle in November and December of 2017, and that he negligently caused or contributed to her catching a human HPV. A common sexual transmitted infection, court paper said. After Geico turned down her claim, MO, that's how she listed, took the matter to an arbitrator who found in her favor before the court affirmed the $5.2 million judgment, the appeals court said. Now, Geico is appealing, claiming it never had a chance to contest the claim. But Geico did have the opportunity to participate and defend its interests. We got to wait and see how this continues, but I think that opens up doors for all kinds of things that we can just put out there. Cherie said, what the world? Smart move, lady. Latrice, what's happening? She goes, that's ludicrous. Mary Owens said, what? Deborah Johnson said, that's crazy. Y'all, when I read this, I was like, this has to be satire. So I went to Geico's website page. See, when you are questioning things, you just go to the page. And they had it up there in the news and the media press release. I said, this is nuts. Y'all, precedent. What is this going to set for the next person? All right, y'all, CNBC reports he's back in the news, y'all. Tesla just filed its annual proxy statement with the SEC, revealing plan for a 3-4-1 stock split that board member Larry Ellison does not plan to stand for re-election. Now, Larry Ellison, along with others, are like Twitter or Tesla, because they're seeing the stock just do some really wonky things on the Tesla side. So I think that's why he's trying to get out of Twitter, but Twitter's saying they ain't gonna let him out of Twitter. I don't know what's going to happen there. See, when money looks that good and you have that kind of money, you just do some things. You better think before you move. Y'all, the filing also says that Tesla CEO Elon Musk currently holds, y'all, this is big news, pay attention. So this makes you think, well, does he still own Tesla? Y'all, he currently holds 23.5% of Tesla shares, and Vanguard holds 6% of Tesla shares, but that still falls short of 51%. So who really owns Tesla? Y'all, Musk sold a considerable chunk of his Tesla holdings since late 2021, in part to shore up this stake in Twitter. Now he wants to pull out of. The social networking giant says he agreed, yes, for $44 billion, but he's saying Twitter is not giving him what he needs to go forward. Y'all know I read that law stuff to y'all last week. So this is just a big mess. It's just crazy. But I can't leave you with crazy. Before I go to the inspirational message, and don't leave, y'all, I really hope this inspirational message is a blessing to you all, like it blessed me. You know how the message hits you first before you can share it with somebody else. I think there's an image in here, y'all. Congratulations to Tabitha Brown. Isaiah, thank you. And this is image credit of the freebie guide. Y'all, Tabitha Brown hit Target on Saturday, and people are loving it as her items sell out around the USA. Go, Tabitha Brown, go. So standing ovation to Tabitha Brown. Thank you, Isaiah. Y'all, I happened to see some of the items at one of the Target store. And I mean, it looked like people just went in and grabbed, and stuff was just everywhere. People were in line. I was like, what is happening? That hit me. Oh, her items released today. So that was really good. All right, y'all, here's the inspirational message, and then we're out of here. Be true to you. Be true to you. And I'm taking this out of Psalms 109, but be true to you. I was scrolling through Instagram the other day, and there's this guy, I won't name him, and I follow him. Now, he is straight wild all day, every day. He posts maybe 5 or 6 times a day, his reels. He doesn't really post anything else, just reels. And something just zoned me in on him the other day, on Saturday to be exact. And I said, man, he is so true to himself. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. He doesn't care if you agree or disagree with him. He's just about minding his business and doing what he loves. And you can tell he loves what he does. He does a lot with healthcare. He does a lot with saying, don't eat this, take this herb, take that herb. And it was funny because I was listening to him the other day and I said, who's going to take all those herbs? All these names you can't even pronounce. And then it hit me. Well, what are you eating every day? What's the processed food you're eating? How many of these words can you spell on the container? How many can you even pronounce? Do you even know what they stand for? And it started zoning me into him about how true he is to himself. Y'all, it's so important. You are uniquely made. You are uniquely made. Then there's a post I put up there on my story from someone else. I shared it to my story that talked about, and I don't have the direct quote, and I think it's still up there, but you become that fierce person. This is my words now. You become that fierce person. What's up, Nicole? When you stop seeking validation from someone else. Y'all, stop desiring validation from somebody else to do what you have been called to do. Stop seeking that. And I think that's why so many people, I really believe that's why so many people are miserable right now, because they're not going after their purpose, their passion, their love, because they're waiting for someone else to validate them. Stop waiting for that validation and just go for it. And either they're with you or they're not with you. And many people choose not to be with you, not because they dislike you, because they're trying to figure out how you were able to do it and they couldn't. It's because they chose not to move forward in that gifting that God has given to them. I see you, Karen. Y'all coming up in here, even after the fact. I love it. I love it. I love it. But y'all, seriously. Oh, that must be y'all know I'm messing with y'all. That must be the sermon group. We have different groups in church, and I really do see it here on News in Motion Live too. But I love it. I love it. I love it. But listen, we have to stop seeking validation. If I was, and I'm gonna use me as an example, June 22nd will be here 2 years. If I was seeking validation to continue News in Motion, I would have quit a long time ago. I can't tell y'all how many people have dogged me. I said, what is she doing? Oh, she's just doing news just to be on live. I mean, I have heard the gamut of it. And I just keep on going because I know what brings me joy, what excites me, how excited I am about it. And I'm doing what I believe is my purpose in this season. What about you? What things could you have just said, forget it, I'm not doing it because no one's validating me? But that thing brings you joy, it brings you purpose, it excites you. I'm really here today to encourage you to keep going. John Gore says that's what I like about getting older. You don't care or need them to validate you. Yes. Dr. Oliver says, keep going. I can't go anywhere until God says otherwise. And yet, John, I do think it has something to do with getting older. And I really want the young people to hear it as well, because I think about if I would have done some of the things I wanted to do back then, man, where could I be today? Where could I be today? And it's not about finances. It's not about being on the top of the world or any of those things. It's about loving what it is that you do. It's just there's a love language that's behind doing what you do. Come on, seriously. Who else? If you don't love something, if I didn't love doing News in Motion, do you really think I would get up at 4 a.m.? Do you really think that I would be digging 10, 12, sometimes longer hours to bring you facts and information? I get a high off of that. I don't need anything else. That's my high, is doing the research. So this young man, and I follow him. I won't put his name out there because some people may say, whatever. But this young man, I watch him and he's up. He dressed real wow. And he comes and he talks real fast, but he gets my attention. And I'm thinking, what is it about this young man? And it was his freeness. He's so free. He loves what he's doing. He's educating people. And even on his thread, people sometimes go after him. He leaves it up there. He doesn't even respond to them. It's like he ignores them. He doesn't even see them. But each day he keeps coming out 5, 6, 7 reels a day. And it is like fire. Listen, and I really want you to do this today. I really do. That's why I didn't want anybody to leave here. Ask yourself today, have an honest conversation with yourself. Say, am I happy? Am I experiencing joy in what it is that I'm doing? Am I missing out on something because I allowed someone, maybe even my family members, to say I shouldn't do a certain thing, but it still is a passion. When I hear about it, I still get excited about it. Am I doing what I am actually called to do? Have I missed an exit to get out of something else? I'll never forget a pastor. I was at a conference, and a pastor from out of New York said, "Don't miss your exit." And that was years ago. I've never forgotten that message. He said, "Don't miss your exit." Have you missed your exit? And it's not too late to do it now. Whatever that thing is. Do you desire to run for office? Run for office. Do you desire to be a CEO of a company? Be a CEO of a company. Do you desire to start a small business? Start a small business. Do you desire to start a podcast? Do you desire to write books? Do you desire to be an event planner? Do you desire whatever that is? Start working towards it. And here's the other thing, y'all. It's not too late. It's not too late. I'll be 57 in July 19th to be exact. I'll be 57. It is not too late. I'm still having that attorney thing going in my mind. It's not too late. I saw somebody graduate from law school at 88 just this year. So that's it. Well, it's not too late for me. It's not too late, y'all. Do what you've been called to do. And even if you have an audience of one, even if it is you, if it brings you joy, then do that. Do that. Y'all, in times like these, with inflation, with gas prices, come on, I don't know how we making it. With everything, it's about time to plug up. With everything that's going on, there should be at least one something in your life that brings you joy. Tomorrow, the inspirational message is going to be centered around, are you living your life through someone else? Yeah, I'm going there this week, y'all. I'm going there this week. But I really want you today to say, am I experiencing joy in what it is that I'm doing? Or is it time for me to step out and do something that I believe without a shadow of a doubt that God has called me to it, but I've just been too afraid to do it? All right, y'all. I'm Gail Dudley. This has been your News in Motion. Until tomorrow, y'all know what I say. Everyone stay well. The COVID is still out here, y'all. Everyone stay well. And remember, make some bold moves. I'm out.